Very good morning to you all students. Today we are going to learn our lesson 10 basic programming. You have already learnt about the various programs in your 6th standard. Today we are going to see the continuation of what you have learnt in your lower class. So basic programming. So the word basic means beginner's all-purpose symbolic instruction code, which means that it is based only for the beginners like you. Okay, this language is very easy to understand. The codes used here are very simple and hence it can be understood very easily. So for that purpose we are learning this basic programming language. And what is meant by coding? So coding is nothing but they are the instructions which is given to the computer to perform a certain action, that is known as the coding. From this lesson you will learn how to repeat a sequence of instructions for specified number of times, and also you will learn how to control the flow of the execution of program based on a given condition. So in your lower class you have learnt about the print statement, while condition and the loop statements, and in this lesson you are going to learn about the sequence of instructions which is used specific number of times using the for statement, and also you are going to control the execution of the program based on a given condition using the if and the if else statement in this video. Okay, shall we start, children? First we are going to see the syntax of the for statement. First we are going to see the syntax of the for statement. So the syntax for the for statement is, before getting into that, what is meant by the word syntax? So syntax is nothing but it is the grammar part of a programming language. Okay, so likewise in any language the grammar part is very important, right? So likewise the syntax is very important in a programming language. Only if you write a program with a specified syntax, it will run and you will get the output easily. So you have to write the program based on the given syntax only. So first we are going to see the syntax for using the for statement. So for variable is equal to expression 1 to expression 2 and then the statement, and it moves on to the next variable. So why we are using for in the coding? So the for statement executes a specified block of code, okay, a specific block of a code at a specified number of times. So a given expression is continue to calculate, okay, if you give any variable, okay, and you give an condition for that particular variable, that process is repeated until it satisfies a specific condition, okay, until it satisfies a specific condition, and then the execution repeatedly goes back to the first line till it's satisfied a specific condition, okay, till the block reaches the last line, okay, and this process is called as the loop, which you have already learnt in your lower class. Okay, the statement repeats again and again until it reaches the specified condition. So this is used to call as a loop. Okay, at the start of the execution for a for loop, the variable is assigned a value of expression 1 and the specified block is executed. For example, we can see, okay, in the program, and then if that okay, in your second syntax you can see expression 1 to expression 2 step expression 3, which means that at the start of the execution for the for loop a variable is assigned, and from it executes that condition, okay, with the step 3 the value gets incremented, in which you give, okay, in the expression 3 if you give any number, the expression 1, then once it get executed, then it increments the value of which you give in the expression 3. Okay, suppose you didn't give any step is not specified, then it will automatically increment with the default value of 1, okay, and then it goes on to the next variable. Okay, if that step is specified, then the variable will be incremented by the value which you give in the expression 3. Okay, if the variable is, if the step 3 is not given, step expression 3 is not given, then it defaultly it increments the value by 1. Okay, the for loop terminates, that means the for loop gets ended once it reaches the value of the expression 2. Okay, once it reaches the value of the expression 2, this for loop gets ended. So it starts with expression 1, okay, and then it gets incremented if you give any value in expression 3, and the for loop gets ended in the expression 2 value. So what value you give in expression 2, with that value the for loop gets ended. Okay, have you all clear with the syntax? Now we can see a program based on the syntax which we have learnt now. Okay, this is your basic 256 window. For opening a basic 256 application, you have to click the start and then you have to click the basic 256 program, or else you can click the basic 256 icon if you have in your desktop. So this is the window and this is the title bar. Okay, and here this is the menu which is similar to the menu which you have in your Word, and these are the shortcut icons of the frequently used menus. Here if you click new, a new program will open, and the open page here, if you click open, all the saved programs will be listed. If you click this save option, it allows you to save that particular program, and here the run icon is used to run your program, and debug is used to find error in your program. Okay, so this is your example for using the for statement. So for, and you are assigning a variable here as I. Okay, the variable you are assigning as the variable name as I. Okay, for I is equal to 20 to 25. So 20 is your expression 1 to 25. That means 20 to 25 it should calculate. So that is the meaning. Okay, for 20 is taken as expression 1, to 25 is taken, 25 is taken as expression 2, and step 5. Here the value 5 means the expression 3 which will increment, okay, the value as 5. So how the value will be? 20 the first answer will be, and then it will get incremented by 5. So your next answer will be 25. So only 2 values you will get, because till 25 only you are going to calculate. Okay, so have you all understood the first line, first statement? Okay, and then now we are moving on to a second statement. Here we are instructing the computer to do the mathematical calculation. So print I, okay, print I, and this plus operator here, it means that this is the concatenation, which means that a two statement is combined using this plus operator, which we have learnt in your 6th standard. So this plus symbol is used to combine a two statement in a single line. Okay, and then square. So square is equal to is given within the inside quotes, which means that it is a string. Okay, it is a string, is equal to, okay, you are asking to multiply, you are instructing the computer to multiply I into I, which means that I square. Okay, and then next I, which means that once if it calculated with 20, then it have to increment by the value 5, and then it has to assign its value for I as 25, and then it needs to calculate the square of the value for 25. So have you all clear with the program? Now I am going to run this program, and you will get the output as 20 square is equal to 400, because initially the value for I is taken as 20. Okay, and then I into I is calculated, which means that it's I square. So 20 square is 400, and your result is displayed, and then it moves on to the next I, and the next I values need to be added, incremented with 5. So 20 plus 5 will get 25 square is equal to 625. So it stops till the value reaches 25. Okay, so till the value reaches the expression 2. Okay, and then we get the output. Okay, have you all clear, children? Yes. Now we are going to see another program using the for statement. Now this is our next program using the for statement. So here you see the first line here, for, okay, and then I am assigning a variable name as I is equal to 20. So this will be our expression 1. So this will be our expression 1 to 25. So this is our expression 2, and here there is no expression 3. Okay, here there is no expression 3, and the same print statement here also we are going to calculate the square of the I value. Okay. As I told you before, if there is no step 3, if there is no, that means if there is no expression 3 in each subsequent repetition of the specified block, what it does? Yes, what it does? It automatically increment by a default value of 1, okay, in each repetition. Okay, in each repetition automatically it increments by a default value of 1. Okay, so now I'm going to run this program. You can see it automatically increments the value as 1. Okay, so I'm going to run this program. Now you can see the difference between our first program and the second program. So if you give any value here, it increments based on the value which you give in the expression 3. So if you didn't give any value in expression 3, it automatically increments using the value as 1. So here you get 20 square, 21 square, 22, 23, 24, and the last one is 25. Since your expression 2 ends with the value 25, you will get the output till 25 square. So have you all clear, children? Yes. Now we are going to see our third program based on the for loop only. So here the same value is assigned. Okay, so for expression 1 we assign as 25 and expression 2 as 20, and in our expression 3 value we have given a negative number. Okay, we have given a negative value as -1. Okay, let's see what's the output will be for this particular program. So here it minus the value, okay, minus the value from 25 to 20, and our output will be displayed. So I'm going to run this program and can see the output as it starts from 25 since our expression 1 value is 25. Okay, and then it decrement. Okay, here we have given -1, so it decrease the value. 25 minus 1 is 24 until our expression 2 value is 20. So until 20 square will be displayed in our output. So have you all clear about the for statement? Yes. So the syntax of the for statement is for variable. We have to give a variable name equal to expression 1 to expression 2 and step expression 3. So the expression 1 value is assigned and the specified block is executed with the expression 1 value only. Okay, and the for loop terminates when the value of the variable exceeds the expression 2 value. So it always ends with the expression 2 value. If the step is specified and the expression 3 is given, the for loop increment with the value which is given in the expression 3. If it is not given, then it defaultly increment with the value of +1. Okay, have you all clear, children? So this is how the for statement is used in the program. Okay. Now we are going to see our fourth program using the for statement. So here you can see in the first line for I. So here I is the variable name which is given to the for statement. Okay, equal to 1 to 20. So 1 is the expression 1. Okay, to 20. 20 will be the expression 2 value. Okay, and in our next step, I square is equal to I into I. So here also we are going to calculate the I square value of I only, starting from 1 to ending will be 20. Okay, the sequence to the repeated process, it starts with the value of 1 and it ends with the value of 20. Okay, now print I square. We are moving on to our third statement, which is print I square, which means that the I square value is printed. Okay, 1 into 1 is 1. That value is printed. 2 into 2 is 4. So that value is printed. The result of I into I, that I square value gets printed in our text output area. gets printed in our text output area. Now we are moving on to our statement 4, color blue. Okay, color blue, which means that we are going to get the output in the graphics output area using the color of blue. Okay, and then now we are moving on to our fifth statement, which is given as rect I square comma I square I comma I. Okay, here the word rect means the rectangle. Okay, the rectangle. So the word rect means the word rectangle. Okay, the syntax of the rectangle, to draw a rectangle, you have learnt in your 6th standard. Okay, so rect is nothing but it is the rectangle, and I square. So the first two expressions, it says the x coordinate and the y coordinate values in the graphic output area, and the next two values, it describes the length and breadth of the rectangle. So here the I square is used for the x and y coordinates in the rect statement, and the length and breadth of the rectangle is set to I. Okay, the length and breadth of the rectangle is set to I. And using this statement, a rectangle is created in the graphics output area. So using this statement, a rectangle is created in the graphics output area. Okay, and next the I is incremented by the value 1. Okay, and next the I gets incremented by the value 1, since we didn't assign any value in the expression 3. Okay, and defaultly the I value gets incremented by 1. Okay, and then the sequence gets repeated till the value of I, it reaches the 20. Okay, till it reaches 20, the sequence gets repeated and then the repetition stops. Okay, have you all clear with this program? Now I am going to run this program and you can see the output in the graphics output area. So here first the I square value gets printed, okay, till 1 to 20. So 20 square is 400, till 20 square it's printed, and then it starts with the 1. So 1 square value is printed, and then the last 20 square. So till 20 the square value gets printed. Okay, this is from our third statement. Okay, that in the output is printed in the text output area, and then for the rectangle it's printed in the graphics output area. So it starts with the I square. So the originate, that means the x and y coordinates are taken as the I square values. So what is the I square value? It starts with 1 and it ends with 400. So that I square value is taken as x and y coordinates. And then I comma I, which is that 1, 2, 3. So that value is taken as the length and the breadth of the rectangle. So this will be a 1. Okay, here the length of a rectangle and breadth of a rectangle will be 1. This is 2, 3, 4, and it continues till the length and breadth of a rectangle reaches 20. Okay, have you all clear with the program? Now we are moving on to our next program. Okay, and we are going to see the last program using the for statement, that is our fifth program. Now before seeing that program, now we are going to see the syntax for drawing a line in the graphic output area. So the line statement can be used to draw a line in the graphic output area, and they are always grouped. The computer is not able to draw a straight line in the graphic output area. Okay, it approximates a straight line by drawing the pixels in a star step fashion. Okay, it does not draw a straight line. Okay, always the straight line is somewhat, it is grouped. Okay, and then this is the syntax for your line, to draw a line. So first you have to give the command as the statement as line. Okay, and start x and start underscore y, which means that it starts with the this value and it gets entered with the finish x and y values. So the x coordinate value and the y coordinate value from where the line needs to be started is to be given. Okay, and then in our third, where it should finish in the x coordinate and where it should finish in the y coordinate value needs to be given. Okay, have you all clear? Now we can see the program using the for statement and also the line statement. First, in the for statement, we are assigning for an expression 1 as 1, okay, and then expression 2 was 300. It continues by incrementing the value of 3 which is given in the expression 3, okay, and then in our second statement, color red is given, which means that in our graphics output area, we are going to use the color red, okay, and then a line is going to be drawn in the graphics output area. So the origination of the line, so as we seen in the syntax, so line originates with the first x and y coordinate value, the starting of the line, okay, that is the starting of the x coordinate value and starting of the y coordinate value, and then it ends, okay, in the x coordinate as 300, okay, and the y coordinate value, it remains as I, which means that it changes by the incrementing value of 3 starting from 1 to 300, okay, and then another color is also going to be visible in a graphics output area, which is the blue color, and for the blue color a line is drawn which is also having the similar starting x and y coordinate values, which is taken as 0, 0, and then here the x coordinate, okay, the finishing of the x coordinate value is taken as I, okay, which is starting from 1 to 300. It will increment by the value 3, so 1, 3, okay, and then 6, 9, so it increments by 3, and then the y coordinate value is taken as 300, that is the last value of the I, okay, that is our expression 2 value, okay, and then it continues, the next value of I, it gets repeated by the value 3, okay, incremented by the value 3. Now I am going to run this program and you will get the output in the graphics output area. So this is your output for this program. So have you all clear, children? So today in this class we have seen about the for statement, okay, and also we have seen about the line statement. So the for statements executes a specific block of code at a specific number of time, okay. For this purpose only we are using the for command, okay. Have you all clear, children? Thank you.